And welcome to Cruising with Kayfabe. I'm Mongo.
I'm Emily.
And we're back streaming because I figured it out.
He's a genius.
I wouldn't say that.
I would.
But we are back and we're here today to watch part one of this 5-part series, Kenny Omega vs. Okada. So we can go into their story leading up to All In, or Y'all In, as they're saying in Texas.
They're saying that everywhere. I don't know about you guys, but I'm pretty excited for the lead to All In. I can't believe we have a Forbidden Door coming up.
You have everything going between. We have Dominion tonight at New Japan, which Takeshita's fighting. They're going to announce the climax, which is important to this match as well. You have this feud, these 4 matches, which Emily has never seen, so that's why we decided to do a watch-along. Now, we're not going to do a lot of yapping just because it's about an hour match, so we're going to get into it here soon. But if you'd like to watch it with us, what we're going to need you to do is go on either New Japan World, or you're going to go on to the old Google machine, type in full match. If the site says something about Tokyo, maybe that's a good place to look. Hint, hint, nudge, nudge. But we're going to get into this match. We're going to cue it up, and Emily is going to give her official reactions. You've never seen this match, correct?
No, and they're so young, but they still look the same. It's so bizarre to me. Like, neither man has really aged.
No, and they've been doing this for a while. And without further ado, let's go ahead and hit up the cue. So if you're watching with us, we're starting right at the beginning of the match. So here we go. So as they do the little promo package here, I'll give you a quick little background. So Kenny Omega, now the leader of the Bullet Club after kicking out AJ Styles, who went to WWE, won the G1, became the first non-Japanese wrestler to win the G1, and he decided to call out the big dog of AEW, New Japan, the big dog, Okada, who is the ace, won the championship at Dominion in 2016, and now at Wrestle Kingdom 11, which is the WrestleMania of New Japan, the Rainmaker was taking on the Cleaner, Kenny Omega, putting it all on the line. Kenny wants to prove he belongs. He wants to prove that he's no longer just Super Junior, that he's ready for the heavyweight division. Okada wants to prove that he's the best. You know, he had that belt, like I said, since June 2016, so he's going to his first full year's defense. He wants to prove that he is the ace. He is the top dog. He's beaten all the Bullet Club members. So it led up to Chaos, because you have Kenny who's trying to prove himself. And the reason why I say Chaos is obviously Okada was the leader of Chaos. But I do like their video packages here, at least a subtitle. That helps out. He's burning his money. So they're basically talking about Kenny's rise to the top, because in 2010, Kenny Omega kind of came to New Japan, but he's still with DDT, so it took him a few years to really come full-time to New Japan. And when he did, he was in the Super Juniors, making his name for himself, but he wanted more, and he found the Bullet Club, a group of outsiders, and he was able to kind of rise up through the ranks. And after AJ Styles was gone, and after the Elite formed, and his old partner Ibushi really kind of gave him the motivation to be his best, and he needed to challenge the best, which was Okada. And I like that it says they're changing wrestling future, because how fitting that 8 years ago they were talking about changing wrestling future, and now they really did. Look at the domino effect of this match.
Kenny Omega has really elevated without even being a voice of it. So many different levels within AEW to give us what we are seeing now. When you think about it, if it wasn't for Kenny and Jericho, we wouldn't have AEW. If it wasn't for this feud, we wouldn't have probably gotten that Kenny.
Yeah. Not sure. Hello.
Sean, how are you?
And now we go to the entrances, which you're going to want to pay special attention. Yes. And it's the Tokyo Dome. Iconic. Beautiful. Like, one of my favorite aesthetics in wrestling is the Tokyo Dome. And no, I'm not Dave Meltzer. Hello to everyone watching. If you're new, make sure you're subbing to the channel or following us along. The Terminator gimmick. This is real time, folks. She's never seen this entrance or anything. I love it.
Wait, is this where the gear came from?
Just keep watching.
He'd never did it before?
Just keep watching. This match is not today. This is from 2017 Wrestle Kingdom 11. We're watching on New Japan Worlds. So, Kenny is a big Terminator fan, so he's recreating the Terminator 1 entrance where Arnold Schwarzenegger goes back in time and encounters some thugs, and now he has done the same, but Kenny's arrived in Japan as the new Terminator. Even down to your clothes, give them to me. Appreciate the share, Gary. Thank you so much. Now, the acting's obviously never going to be on point, but it was still like seeing this at 3 a.m. I remember being so excited. Yes, I stayed up till 3 a.m. to watch this originally.
Well, so far this is better than the other Terminator gimmick I've seen.
Shots fired. Make the lightning crack.
Fun fact, that was the first live WrestleMania I ever watched.
Forbidden Door is going to be awesome. Have so much fun. Canada's going to be rocking. Oh, Emily's jaw's already dropping just on the gear, Gary.
This is a gear I've seen over and over again, but never knew the
Hey, Sean.
relevancy to. So that's exciting.
I agree. So far away. Too far away. That swagger. Just him walking out with the half Terminator mask, the leather jacket, the leather pants, the shotgun. This is why I was such a fan of Kenny. Like, probably about a year or two before this match, I was like, this kid's special. Like, this is who I'm going to, like, be a stan of, and I'm glad I made the right choice. Pointing the shotgun out, doing his signature taunt, just so badass. You got Bullet Club with him. And this was a huge deal because as Kenny was rising through the ranks in New Japan, this was inevitable. That's why I called the episode. Everybody's like, they need to get together. They need to fight. Yeah, that's a shame that trying to go to Paris for WWE shouldn't be unaffordable. I agree. One day, I'm going to convince her, I don't care if we have to use melatonin gummies or something, get her sleep on a plane. I'd love to go see a Wrestle Kingdom in Japan. Like, it's goals to see wrestling around the world.
Ooh, they just had that new shop open downtown. I can't wait to go check that out.
This was one of my favorite Okada entrances, too. 100% Sean. New Japan has some of the best entrances in wrestling, and I don't think a lot of people realize, especially at Wrestle Kingdom, they go all out. It's some of the best things. Just Japan loves the aesthetic, and just you can hear the crowd roaring just for right now video graphics.
It looks like the Lord of the Rings eye.
It's a Tokyo Dome.
It just looks like the Lord of the Rings eyeball.
That's terrifying, but awesome. The coin drop.
It is an eyeball.
It would, right, Jeff? It would be amazing to see a Wrestle Kingdom live. Oh, the iconic music for Okada.
Once we hit our goal of London, there's only one more stop.
Two more.
In Australia.
And Mexico. We want to be like Joe Hendry, go around the world and see wrestling.
But actually show up.
True. One of my favorite Okada jackets. It was such a gorgeous jacket. The gold, the red.
Who's that with him?
Someone from Chaos, I believe. I can't remember his name off the top of my head. But he was the leader of Chaos, so that's his stable.
That's
amazing. Cruiser reunion in the comments. Sean and Jeff. That's right. We held that table down, boys. We held that table down.
Every year. Thank you to Jeff.
Thank you to
He's
Jeff
the
and Rachel.
founder of that location.
We got to come up with a nickname for our Sean. That's going to be on you too. We got to come up with a nickname for our little crew over there with everyone. The corner crew or something cool. Not that lame, obviously.
The corner crew. Rachel, what are we doing?
Look at all the glitz and the glamour. And this is why, like, when people say aura in wrestling, Okada in New Japan is aura. Like, he is New Japan. To me, that's why I think New Japan will have a hard time taking a few years to kind of get back, because Okada was the biggest deal for a long time. And Omega going against Okada, again, this is a big deal. Like, they didn't square off in this first time. You're going to do it at Wrestle Kingdom for the biggest prize in New Japan, the IWGP title. Why not? The New Catch Republic, yeah.
The OC. Oh, cruise control. I like that.
The OC corner is definitely good. I do enjoy that. Cruise control is great.
The kayfabe corner.
All the money raining down, the rain.
I really like that aesthetic of the entrance. Having that.
And I'm going to be impartial, but the best version of the IWGP Array, version 4, this title right here with all the nameplates, this version, I like a lot better than, the newer butterfly belt looking one.
I appreciate the nameplate aspect of that. I think it's really cool. It's almost
honors the past.
Yeah, like I think that's something that needs to be brought back almost. Show a lineage.
I definitely enjoy the Stanley
He's
Cup.
so unimpressed.
Oh, he's stoic. He's stoic. I like it. He's just holding the money. Like, is this? He's crumpling it up. He's crumpling it up.
Threw it at him.
It is no bueno, Sean. I agree. All right, here we go. He's like, all right, just ring it. And look how excited this crowd is. They haven't even, like, locked up yet. And it's funny, too, because the commentary is kind of pointing out that, people enjoy the Japanese commentary. If I've seen the match, I'll definitely watch the Japanese commentary. I know I don't understand the words, but the emotion they put behind it is something else. But this is when Kevin Kelly was good, not Total Nutcase, so. Allegedly Total Nutcase.
I had a relative learn English through watching Sesame Street, and I was thinking if there was something I had to watch to learn how to do English, it would be wrestling commentary, maybe.
Well, that's how Kevin Owens learned.
Or to learn a new language.
That's how Kevin Owens learned English. He ended up learning.
Didn't he say things he shouldn't?
Yeah, he ended up learning it from watching Raw. So I can only imagine if I got in trouble at school for saying I got 2 words for you and doing the old crotch chop and saying suck it. I'm sure Kevin Owens said worse things. Yeah. And this is obviously too, like, now the Elite, like, is the subgroup of New Japan, so that's why he's got the Elite on the leather, but
I really like the kick pads.
some of my favorite Kenny gear. Like, this is like vintage Kenny. This is like
I can't
peak
believe I
Kenny.
didn't know where this came from. I've idolized the gear for so long. Like,
Because you haven't seen the match, and now you finally get to see it. And again, Kenny Omega winning the G1, his first entry into the G1, his first victory, like, that in itself made noise. The first Gaijin, the first foreigner to win the G1. And again, he's main eventing Wrestle Kingdom. So the ultimate foreigner is now the leader of the Bullet Club, which is a group of foreigners, won the G1, is going against the best in Japan. Like, Okada had a lot to lose. Okada didn't just lose a title, he was losing the match itself. He didn't want to, like, not be the face of New Japan. Yes, it's definitely. It was a lot of a phase for a lot of us that we never quite grew out of. It's not like we have a whole giant collection behind us.
I grew into it.
And that's why this is good. You get to discover
Thank you, Matt Cardona.
You get to discover what made me such a deep fan of this.
Yes.
This is the wrestling that pulled me away from WWE. I won't lie. The version, yeah, exactly. That up there with the world's heavyweight, 100%. Jeff, it's the best version. It's so beautiful. I remember seeing the white Intercontinental on the belt when Jericho had it on the first cruise. We weren't on it, but I saw pictures of it, and I'm like, oh, it's such a gorgeous belt. And again, Kenny Omega and Jericho locking up. So, like, it's great to go back and rewatch this, and I really hope that if people haven't seen this match, they do, because the storytelling in this ring is something else. And I won't get too far ahead of it. The storytelling and the selling in this match is phenomenal. The cockiness of Omega already. 100%. Once you discover wrestling, you are a lifer. You're not wrong on that, Sean. Make sure you're giving Sean a follow there. Make sure you're subbing to his channels as well after you sub to ours. Sub to both. Give some cruisers some love. Always creating good content.
You know what's funny is that we have relatives that reach out to us, our brothers, and they send us wrestling videos.
Randomly.
Very random. And I just love it. I have coworkers that will send me some, I just I don't care if it's new, old. The fact that you thought of me and decided to send me that and want to talk about it with me, especially me being a female, I just love that. I still have connections with old coworkers over wrestling. We have our cruise. I don't know.
Look at the cocky. He's just, you got nothing. I got nothing working his arm.
The IWC can be pretty toxic, but I think we've created a pretty good area.
I agree. Working the body, working the arms. I love the old schoolness of it. Just the intensity starts to pick up, but they're still working the arms and shoulders. They're still manipulating those joints. Well, I know your channel's nothing, Sean, but hey, subs are subs, right?
It's not nothing.
It's still something you put out there.
Still work that you're putting in.
He went for a chop and faked him out. See? Okada has always had that humor. Everybody thinks that, he came to AEW, became a joke. He's always had that style. And then he slaps Ricochet in that. He's always been like that. He's always been arrogant. It's like anything else. You can't watch 5 seconds of a clip and understand character. This is another way. These two men were elevated beyond just New Japan after this match. You had Stone Cold Steve Austin talking about this match. Chris Jericho, Mick Foley. Everyone was tweeting about this match after it happened. It was at 3 a.m. for the U.S.
Would we see Will versus Kenny if it wasn't for this?
No, that would have always happened. That's true. Opinion City Podcast. Subscribe to them. Go check them out. Gotta do a crossover episode sometime, Sean. Okada getting a little pissed off.
I don't know if you're opinionated enough for that.
I'm too opinionated. The one thing that always... I don't want to say weirds me out, but the one thing that always kind of makes me... is how close the guardrails are to the ring at New Japan, even when they do the New Japan America setups.
I do like their turnbuckles, though.
The boxing style pads?
Yeah.
You see the Elite?
I don't know why there's a difference. If someone does, that'd be fun to know.
Kenny working full here. It's just Japanese style.
I just like it.
Because instead of using a pad, they use one big pad instead of individual covers to cover. So they still got the hooks, but it's one big pad. It's just aesthetics.
I like it. Imagine the sponsors WWE could fit on those.
Exactly. If you have opinions, you'll fit right in. Little mind games here. Kenny playing full heel. Because you got to remember, he's playing full heel here because he's the outsider. He's trying to come in and take the biggest prize. And if you think about it in terms of kayfabe, it's disrespectful. Like, the foreigner's going to come take the top prize in New Japan? Oof. Oof. That was a stiff dropkick right there. Thanks everyone who's watching. If you're watching with us, let us know. If not, keep chatting. I'm keeping it on the comments. She's gonna be glued to this more than I am. I've seen it. I'm still watching it on too. But
Is that
Wrestle Kingdom
Kazuchika?
11. Yes.
He looks a lot younger there. That's funny.
Yeah. All I can is basically New Japan's all about factions and having friends. Oof. I was gonna say Kevin Kelly just got covered in water. But he's not afraid to take it to to the outside. They're not afraid to like use the barricades, use the environment. Oh, DDT on the outside. Oh. Oof. Some of the spots they took in this match is crazy.
So the guardrails are pretty close, but now it's like cracked open.
Oh yeah, they got shoved open. They haven't fixed them yet. The poor commentators got almost taken out.
And the Bucks look really young. It's just funny, like Kenny and
What,
Okada
7
didn't
years
age.
ago?
Oh, the little baby tables. They look like they're thicker though.
I don't know. I feel like these are iconic tables at this point. I feel like it's because it's like half the regular table. Oof.
They just look thick.
They definitely do. Oh. Clear people out of the way. Oh, countered into the crowd. Oof.
Oh, actually, they have a lot of room between the barricade and the next barricade.
It's because it's all production and entrance ramps. That's why. Oh, oh.
Oof.
Like the risk
He
they
like
took in
cat
this
crawled
match.
after. Like when a cat's scared, Okada just like crawled like that. See the cat crawl?
Yeah, that's how he's getting out of it. It's smart.
It is smart. It's just amusing. Kenny's
Look,
holding on his stomach.
he's got the
already.
old school, like, that's just my old shirt. I love that. The Bone Soldier. He had the best Bullet Club shirt. Him and Green Arrow, I think, were some of the best.
Marty.
Even Cody's original American Nightmare one was pretty sick.
Let's be honest. All of the Bullet Club attire is phenomenal.
I mean, you stole all my shirts. Oh. So what do you thought? Initial thoughts so far? I know we're only a few minutes. I know we're only probably like 10 minutes into the match or so, but
I can't believe it's only been 10 minutes. They're nonstop offense, defense, like insanity. Like they haven't given each other a break.
their mannerisms are just. I think that's why when people start saying, "Oh, Okada only does this because he's always had that like the facial reactions in the ring, and he's always had the arrogance. He's able to tell a story with his face. That's one thing I've always liked about him. He is the complete package. I don't speak Japanese, but from everything I've read, his promos have always been fire. His promos have always been conveying the story. He's a great seller.
I mean, he knows one of my favorite words in English, so that's okay.
What, bitch? I'm so sorry, I hit the wrong button, bitch. Someone needs to do it. Maybe I should do it in the I'm a bitch, I'm a lover song, and just every bitch should just be him. Or any song with bitch, just replace his clip. Like, instead of crazy bitch, put him in there. Like, you could do so many.
Don't steal our ideas. Oh, wait, you do.
Just wearing each other down, too. You know, they've been taking all body shots. They've been working the legs and the arms. Now
Ooh.
Kenny's working his knees. But, I mean, think about it. Okada's big
loud.
weapon, besides his big weapon, is the Rainmaker, that clothesline.
That looked like radio silence.
It's not even
not, but
close. Please don't insult Kenny that way. Don't insult Kenny with radio silence.
It was different.
That's like the old Shania Twain joke. She looked like Shania Twain, but her face was different. Good old Larry the Cable Guy. Get her done.
Oof.
Again, he's
Stomped on
working.
his
He's working
face.
heel tactic. He's gonna rub his shoe into his face. See, they're just now getting to the chops. Like after everything, now they're getting into the chops.
Oof.
So this is strong style. This is what I love about Japan. It's just they're not just slapping their thigh to make that sound. There's a lot of bone hitting flesh there. There's a lot of slapping the other person. Like they work stiff in Japan. I mean, Jada even told us. Jonathan Life's told me before. It's the style they want to work, and both men are crazy good at strong style. And the fact that they have this endurance is wild. Just working his back. And Okada's a tall man. He's been wrestling for probably close to 20 years, so going to work on his back. He knows that's his biggest weakness. I also love that Red Shoes is the referee because I feel like he's the only referee that I like remember because of his shoes.
He's the only one I know of.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Like, it's iconic because even when he was at Forbidden Door, he got a Red Shoes chant.
I hope he's back.
Appreciate everyone again, watching along. Make sure you're following us. Give us a like, subscribe, comment below. That way we can watch this with us.
The amount of times they've hit their throat off the top rope, though.
Oof.
Ugh.
Drive his knee. Here we go. Now you got Omega starting to pick up some steam here. Nice counter. Beautiful. Just everyone always wants to say that, Omega is spot fast, but when you watch the match, the spots still do make sense, and you can argue New Japan versus AEW all day, but I mean, Kenny still wrestles the same in a good way. He still knows the formula to his song, but hold on, let this marinate. Oh, love it. I think I marked out more. I love it. That's the iconic shot where him flipping over the ropes. Going to Ring of Honor 2018, seeing Omega and Cody, and getting to do the Terminator chops with the crowd. Like listen, you guys can be happy to yeet. I'm not judging that at all. I get it. Me doing the Terminator bump, 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 bump. It was so cool to be a part of it. You got the Bucks saying they want you to win. The crowd wants you to win. They're not. They're cheering Okada.
Sorry, it's freezing in here.
Check out Cruise merch. But the fact that he just cleared that top rope with a flipping senton without even hitting, it's just his athleticism. But again, focusing on that lower back of Okada.
I do like the referee shirt, how it has the pay-per-view on the back. And security has it on them as well. It's very independent style
Don't say that.
No, I'm saying the people around wearing the clothes. I like it.
Oof. Right in the back of the head, drop kick. I would say it's wrestling. WWE has gone away from, but the people used to always wear event shirts. That's been a big thing in wrestling for years. I know the old school cameramen used to wear jumpsuits with WWF logos in WWF. AEW, they used to have the event shirts too, but they changed them to plain black because I think for US television they just want them to kind of blend in. New Japan, I kind of like the aesthetic. I agree with you where it shows, but it's a very busy production because there's a lot of media because it's not just one group covering it. A lot of Japanese media come in from across the country to cover this. Wrestling is very big in Japan. Not that you don't know that, but it's so people will travel hours by train just to see one match at Wrestle Kingdom, which is wild. I mean, think about 40 plus years of history. You have Goto, you have all the people who've, been in that squared circle. And like we were talking about the nameplates earlier, all the legends who've gone through there. And now you have these two legends who've gone through. Like, the new $10 a month for New Japan is worth it alone just to rewatch some of these classics. And again, you've never got to see this. Like,
Did they have like a hardcore match or something before this?
no,
Okada's covered in glitter. I didn't know if it was glass.
it was no, it's just from the entrance, all the stuff that comes from the sky. They use it's a lot of pomp and circumstances, and yeah, I know. There was a few matches before where I'm sure there were streamers and stuff thrown, so I'm sure that's probably all the confetti.
He's sparkly.
Or it could have been his jacket. All the stuff came off his jacket. I do like his gear here more than I wish you kind of go back to the shiny gear because it really suits him. Like the metallic-y looking gear.
It's kind of showboaty, which I like, obviously.
His whole personality is showboaty.
Bitch.
Look at that shit-eating grin.
He is very expressive.
Steve Carino, do you know whose dad that is? Colby.
Yes, I was gonna say Baron.
So ECW legend Steve Carino and Kevin Kelly, which is cool. So even history there, you have Steve Carino, legend ECW, Kevin Kelly, who was a known WWF, WB commentator. So it's cool that they're on the call too, and now Veda Scott gets the call in New Japan. So it's really cool to see who they bring in for commentators, and it really does help because you have Steve Carino, who's very knowledgeable about the action in the ring, and Kevin Kelly is just, I won't say future, but back then he was good. I don't know what happened. That's between him and whatever, but I miss vintage Kevin Kelly because he was really good at New Japan commentary. To watch for later. Oof. Flapjack.
Incredible reversal.
Look at this.
Dang.
It's like a
He's
twisting
so
STF.
tall. Like,
They don't even know the name of the move. I don't even know what it is. It's basically like a STF, but he stepped into it instead of went backwards. Like, that's how creative Okada was. He could put you in a submission that you didn't see coming. I mean, he would manipulate all your joints. He's very technical. Him and Zack Sabre Jr. are like some of my favorite, like just the way they manipulate and just wrap you up because you get your shoulder bent the wrong way, you're gonna get hurt. It's just the way they do it. It's believable, and I've always liked it. The exhaustion.
that might be like the only time they've not moved that much. But still, they're intertwined.
Again, I can't imagine the cardio these two have. I like how Kevin Kelly says his nerves are high level. Yeah, he's not the one in the ring. But it shows you the atmosphere. And again, they're not known for having the most raucous crowd, but when these crowd gets loud, they appreciate it because Japanese crowds are very respectful, but everyone thinks that they're quiet, and that was because of the pandemic. They weren't allowed to cheer and hoot and holler because there's a pandemic going right on his head. But this is the Japanese crowd. They do get hyped. They do get energy. So watch some of the old New Japan if you don't think the crowds are passionate. They feed off the crowd. This match especially, you can really hear the crowd get louder throughout the match. As I say it. Now, obviously, we know that it's been 8 years, so both men maybe don't go as fast or the same level, but I don't like how people have said they don't wrestle the same pace anymore. Now, you've seen new Okada. What do you think? So, seeing him now versus this so far?
I like it a lot. Something I was actually just going to mention is one of the reasons I enjoy the luchador style of wrestling is because I enjoy the fast-paced rhythm of it. Like they're nonstop. They're constantly having something going on. And this is incredible to me because I'm seeing strong and technical style mixed with a little bit of the aerial.
Ooh, over the barricade.
And it's still, they haven't really stopped. Like right now, Okada's on the ground recovering for a minute, but Kenny's about to come out to him.
With that
It's
shit.
not
Look at that
like-
shit eating grin. Look at that.
Looks like he's about to say goodnight.
No, he's calling for something. What's he calling for?
The crowd.
He's got that crazy look in his eye. He's getting the he's calling for the Bucks. They're holding the guardrail for him. Is he gonna make that from the ring to the guardrail? He's hyping himself up. Fucking insane.
Into the like cords and boxes.
Where all the press is, basically, yeah.
Ouch.
So he basically jumps up, turns himself around, and does a moonsault from the fucking turnbuckle over the barricade into the crowd. There is no room for error on that. That's probably some of my favorite Young Bucks gear, too, by the way.
Yes. I feel like that's iconic gear. It's the zebra print. No, is that camouflage? I thought it was their zebra.
Okada looks a little tired and exhausted, which obviously I can't blame the guy. Kenny's the one who's having some high quality H2O. Now,
They're trying to fix the equipment.
yeah, some of the commentators, like the mic boxes, got broken.
There it goes.
He doesn't want to get counted out though because he doesn't get the title.
Oh, there's still a table out, but it's not put up yet.
Oh, he just took out the poor worker. But I mean, they've already gone to war and like they've all over the ring, outside the ring. Okada is trying to get back in the ring. He doesn't want to lose by count out. Kenny just took the table and put it on him, the baby table as you call it. Oh, only made one little hole. You ain't kidding about being thick.
Yeah, no, he stuck his whole foot through that, and it just cracked
On
on
his
the other
abdomen,
side.
too. Ow.
Not to mention that they're...
Oof. Double stomp. Oh, but only one foot broke it. He put both feet. He stamped that down.
The fact that he jumps onto that legs down, that metal...
Look at Matt Jackson just sticking his tongue out like a little punk, like...
That's the Sammy face.
I feel like heel 101. Stick your tongue out and look like a cocky asshole. So, yeah. Champion's definitely at disadvantage here. I think Okada's not looking good. Oh, that powerbomb. People don't bridge the powerbomb as much anymore. I like that. It's very old school. Where you after you do the powerbomb, you hold on and you bridge the legs. It's you're putting all their weight and your weight on their shoulders. So in kayfabe, you're kind of like pushing their shoulders down with more force.
He's trying to pick Okada up. Oh my god.
Look at that. Deadlifted him. Kenny's a lot stronger than people give him credit for. Look at that. Deadlift into a sit-down powerbomb. Well, sit out. Sorry. Excuse me. Kenny throwing a tantrum.
There's so many people there.
Oh, yeah. I'll look up what the attendance was for you. Out of curiosity, because it was definitely a lot. Not that we care about attendance, but you know what I mean. Oh, they set up the other skinny little table.
No, I'm just curious how many people are able to go. How many tickets are available, you know? Like, when this kind of a show comes around, what are the odds of actually
26,192. So, I mean, that makes sense. Like 30,000 Tokyo, like 25 to 30,000 makes sense for Tokyo Dome. Which,
there'd be enough tickets to travel. It'd be worth it.
if there's demand, I'm sure they open it. Tokyo Dome's huge. It's hard to see because like New Japan doesn't really like the crowd. They always kind of like the rich. I mean, you're not trying to like, you're trying to show the aesthetic of the crowd, the stage, the venue.
No, it's a very pretty venue.
Especially the outside with all like the
staging.
LEDs. Thanks everyone who's joined in, watching along with us. Make sure you like, follow, subscribe, leave some comments if you're watching. We're watching on New Japan World, but you can also Google the match. It's out there. We're probably almost halfway through. I don't want to interrupt it, but it's been good so far. Both men have put it all on the line, and Kenny really shows why he's the best bout machine. Okada shows why he was the best. He was like the GOAT of New Japan. Both men are just so fucking hard hitting and technical, and just the energy. And the crowd is really going for Okada because he's fading here fast, and the crowd's behind him. And I know a lot of non-wrestling fans who watched this match and who are basically like, what the hell did I watch? That's not what we watched growing up. And this is my point. Like this wasn't something you were seeing in 2016, 2017 WWE. You weren't seeing this 2016, 2017 TNA. AEW didn't exist. Ring of Honor, you were seeing it because they were going back and forth. So Ring of Honor and New Japan, in my opinion, like 2015 to 2019, were putting on some of the best shows that people weren't really watching.
Like, we're not seeing F5s. We're not seeing, as he lifts them up on his shoulders.
Well, that's just a fireman's carry. Common
we're
wrestling.
not seeing, like, just a punch fest, I guess. Like,
we're seeing a different style.
Yeah, like a genuine hard hit, nonstop.
Yeah, like you said earlier, the strong style, the technical, the new era.
It's everything.
And the Japanese style. And what I liked is, look at his back from the outside. Oof. Well, and I like it because I'm not saying there's not one right way. Wrestling is not a monolith. There's not one right way.
It's our buffet.
Right, and I like that this kind of exposed people to a different style. And I didn't really start watching New Japan, I'll be honest, until about 2014. Because I was told I need to check it out. And I saw AJ Styles and a young Finn Balor. And then I got to see Kenny Omega. So it's like, I went from Fergal Devitt to AJ Styles, who I love. But AJ Styles is what brought me in. Kenny Omega is what got me to stay. Oof. What's up, Jamal? No, we'll appreciate you stopping in to say hi. You'll have to rewatch this one again, man, if you haven't seen it. It's such a great match. But yeah, like I was more of a Laps fan, but this brought me in. I said till 3 in the morning.
Another table set up that they're right near.
Yeah, that's the one that Bucks were setting up earlier. But I remember I had to go to work the next day, and I had to work at 7 in the morning. I had no sleep, and my manager at the branch was just like, "Are you good?" And I was like, "I stayed up to watch wrestling." They're like, "Why?" And I was like, "Because it was spectacular."
I say that many days.
Right, like how you have to work at like 4:35 in the morning and watch pay-per-view. That's how it was for me. So you get it. You experience.
I appreciate the guys that will talk to me about it the next day.
He got out of the one-winged angel by going over backwards of the rope. I haven't seen that before. Plus, watching this too, maybe we'll see some callbacks at All In. That's why I wanted you to see this, because maybe we'll see some callbacks.
Oof. Crack.
Because for a fact that they're going to take some of their best hits and work it into their... That's what wrestlers do. Like, I'm sure we'll see a double stomp on a table or something. Oh, those chops. Oh. Oh, my God! Oh, my God!
He definitely impacted the table that time.
He shattered it in his ass. Oh.
It's built like a door. There's
so
a honeycomb
he
inside.
ran at Okada, and Okada flipped him over his head. He went over the top rope and threw the table outside. Holy shit. I forgot about that spot.
Dang. He wore it like a pool inflatable.
That's how crazy these matches are when that's the spot I forget. And I don't say forget, but like, oh my God, now I remember.
I thought the Will Ospreay Kenny table spot was good. That might beat that. It literally looked like he was inside a pool inflatable going down the Lizzie River.
The Bucks are checking on him, making sure he's good. Oh. Wild. Just to literally just get flipped like a flapjack over the top rope through a table. Thankfully, they do have some thick padding, but still, that's probably on like a 3-inch thick pad going through a 3-inch
And then
thick
he
table.
landed off that little black
Like
mat
off the
they
lip,
have.
right?
Yeah. Yeah, it's like a couple inches of a lip.
That was just a crazy spot. I guess that's hard as how much they've done this match. I'm like, oh, shotgun drop
Inside
kick.
out.
I like the random Nirvana shirt in the crowd. That's amazing. One of the crew workers has a Nirvana shirt. It's not something you think you'd see in Japan in 2017.
No.
Okada's fucking pissed. Like, why did that work, bitch? Oh, is he getting ready for it?
He's had that belt on his arm.
Oh,
for
no,
most
he's
of
going to
this
the top
match,
rope.
too.
He ain't getting ready for Rainmaker. He's getting ready to cause some pain. Elbow drop. Oh, just like this past Wednesday Dynamite, elbow drops the gut. Rainmaker! Oh, here we go. He's gonna hit him with a Rainmaker. What's gonna happen?
Taking too long.
Both men are just. You beat Kevin Kelly to that one, but yeah, that cut is gnarly on his back. I see what you're talking about. Once again, thanks everyone for joining us. We're watching Kenny Omega vs. Okada, Wrestle Kingdom 11, 2017 on New Japan World. Make sure you're liking and following, subscribing, drop a comment, say hello. He's still set for that Rainmaker. Absolutely, Jamal. That's why we're watching.
You get to see this live.
Jamal has seen many great Kenny Omega matches live. I am jealous of that, but... Oh, he ducks the Rainmaker, pushes him into the corner. You knew what was coming. He had him scouted.
That's just it, too. These guys know each other so well by this year.
So they talked about, they study each other. I mean, you had Okada, who was known for going through New Japan, tearing up the G1, winning multiple G1s, dominant champion, beating the best of the best. He basically single-handedly beat everyone in the Bullet Club. So they knew Okada well. And you have Kenny Omega, who was very intelligent and showed that in the ring, that he would study his opponent. He would know your weakness. He would know your weakness. Oh, he's going for the top again. What else are they gonna I mean, I know what they're gonna do, but what else are they gonna do?
The amount of reversals is also really crazy.
And you still got 3 more matches after this. Plus all that's why I wanted to, because I think this will really ingratiate you into like you said, the reversals. Definitely keep an eye out, because they know each other way too well, especially as they wrestle even more. Look at this. Is he gonna... Oh! Dragon suplex off the top rope. That quick snapdragon he does, he just did it off the top rope. I remember that spot.
Very lazy pin, but they're exhausted. It could have worked. He got a 2 count with it.
As Joey Styles would say, you gotta hook that one. You gotta roll that leg up, pin that shoulder down. You got his chaos stablemate. I haven't zoomed in on his face, so I haven't got a chance. You got him. They're trying to get Okada going. You have the Bucks yelling at Kenny out there. The Bullet Club wants to take the champion home. Just dropped him right on the back of his head on his knee again. I like that he twists his legs up every time he does it, though. It's always my favorite. It's aesthetically pleasing to see.
I agree.
And I think that's why I've always enjoyed Kenny and Okada, is the way they wrestle is, it's not always about making the moves look like the most dangerous, the most painful. Sometimes it's visually, how does it look? And the little things. Countered the V-trigger
I almost
into a back suplex, German suplex.
it's almost timeless as well. Like, this kind of a match still is great to watch now as it was then.
Mm-hmm.
And if we had seen this kind of a style 10 years earlier...
Rainmaker ducks! V-trigger! Look how excited Matt and Nick are. Oh, here we go. Another V-trigger. Drop kick!
I feel as though if I had seen these matches earlier, I would have watched more wrestling in, like, my early 20s. But with someone... I didn't have cable. It wasn't very easy to watch, even if I had...
Yeah, this was hard. I bought New Japan World for again, AJ brought me to the dance. Kenny Omega kept me. Like, that's for me, and I can admit that. Frankenstein. Yes, Emily said timeless. Oh, just the fact that they've gone this long and the intensity is just picking up even more is like just so impressive to me. Oh, that V trigger!
And the crowd is just getting louder and louder. It's not like they're over
it. Like a roller coaster. One winged angel. Oh, what a counter! And then he went for a cutter. He got caught into a tombstone. See, it starts off at one pace, and you think this is the pace of the match, and then it goes up. Rainmaker! No! Oh, Emily's genuinely shocked.
Because Okada didn't get much offense off the last, 10 to 20 minutes. So to see him get that...
Tombstone to a Rainmaker and not enough. Look how disappointed he is.
Countering that one-winged angel really propelled that for him.
That was that was an awesome segment. The front flip into it was just a beautiful sequence right there. And then you have the catching the cutter into a tombstone. Like, why are some of the best in the world? I feel like commentators always say that whether it's either a botch or whenever the move doesn't look as painful. They didn't quite get all of it. Why are we saying that? I hate that. They didn't quite get all of it. Like, what does that even mean?
That's what she said.
We got the little copyright logo there. I just noticed it popped up on... and that's why we can't show you the video clip, unfortunately. So those who are just tuning in and watching, we are watching Wrestle Kingdom 2017, Kenny Omega vs. Okada on New Japan World. Watch along. Make sure you like, follow, and subscribe here. Reacting, this is Emily's first time seeing the match, and I think she's already kind of mind-blown.
Yeah, and then you just have Kenny, the way he got up was because he was punching Okada in, the belly button.
Another shotgun drop kick into the corner. The crowd is legitimately stunned, too. That's the perfect time to show the crowd. The Buck saying he can't beat you. I mean, I don't think, and correct me if I'm wrong, chat, I don't think up to this point there was anyone who really pushed Okada to these limits. And I think that's the other dynamic of this match is Okada didn't really have that challenger that pushed him to these limits, that really took him to the brink, and now he realizes this fucking outsider is not taking my title, and he's pushing him to his limits, and I think that's part of his downfall, and I love this part of the story of the match is Kane's like, I'll fucking show you an outsider, reverses his tombstone to his own double underhook tombstone. Just the subtle storytelling in the match is what draws me in. You know, I always look at it as a story should be in front, and the match should drive. A story should help propel it, and telling it inside the ring like this is great because we don't need to speak Japanese to know what they're telling in the ring, and that's what makes it kind of relatable. And I think that's a lot of fear people have watching New Japan is, well, I don't speak Japanese. Well, they have English commentary, and especially nowadays with articles written up about the story. If you don't understand what they're saying in the feud, they put subtitles and people will translate it for you in articles. And you can go back, like Emily watched the history of the Bullet Club on YouTube years ago, as famously told. So, I mean, she probably heard about this match through that, but now seeing it, I think she sees the importance of Bullet Club.
Sorry, our cat's bothering us. Just needs attention. Perfectly put. This is pro wrestling.
Look at this! Look at this camera angle, just basically going from one crowd to the other. That was a great camera shot.
Especially for the time that it was shot at. We didn't start getting camera angles like that until very recently.
They've done. I mean, they just weren't as popular as. But yeah, New Japan has some of the best camera work that Will Ospreay just brought up recently in an interview too, where the steady camera shots. Like, this is a lot of cuts for New Japan. Like, just showing the shocked commentators and like they can't believe it. But I like the continuous shots when they're in the match, like right here, trading blows.
Elbow to elbow, like. Again, this late into the match, they've almost been going
another
for
Snapdragon.
an hour.
Into the V trigger! Out of nowhere! Oh, 2!
He was so close to the ropes, I thought he was going to grab a rope, but he kicked out instead. That takes more effort.
The amount of V triggers Okada has eaten this match is insane. Is he setting him up for a one-winged angel? Is he going to hit it? Because he hasn't hit it yet. Oh, actually, sorry, he hit it once. But he hasn't really fully connected. Okada countered into the Rainmaker.
Ouch.
But he didn't cover him.
You gotta capitalize.
I also like, one of my favorite New Japan touches that they do is they keep the match graphic up on the entrance ramp. It's always something I've enjoyed, like on whatever Jumbotron or entrance ramp they have, whatever the match is, that match card's up there. I don't know why, it's a silly aesthetic, but I enjoy it versus seeing nothing. Or like a company logo, and I get it, but it's like, I think it's cool. Use those little side screens and do the match cards. Especially with how beautiful some of these posters are.
Yeah. Or use it like a television and stream the match.
Just kicking him and kneeing him in the head. Kenny's just pissed and just toying with another Rainmaker, turn him inside out.
But still not
Incredible.
Capitalizing, not pinning.
Neither one. They're so exhausted. They're throwing their best shots. Great shot of that belt. Okada trying to hit another Rainmaker. Nope. Kenny goes for one of his own. Nope. Another tombstone counter. Nope. Another draw. Oh. How do they have this energy? Like, that's what boggles me, is the energy they still have. And the crowd. How does the crowd still have this energy? He went for a Rainmaker, but he did basically a knee.
That was like
a beautiful
a
transition.
Full force.
Like a jumping knee, full force. Oh. Here it is, the one-wing angel. Nope. Counter into another tombstone.
I have to say,
jumping tombstone.
The hard hits are very, very freaking hard.
So amazing. I've seen this match 3 or 4 times. Pops me every time. Another Rainmaker.
And you can hear the cracking of every hit they do. I actually thought Kenny was going to take this.
Nope. So Okada wins with a final Rainmaker after 60 plus minutes. Just look at the crowd. Look how ecstatic that crowd is. So, fun fact, this actually was a 46-minute, 45-second, at the time was a New Japan record for longest main event, longest match. Dave Meltzer would rate this match 6 stars, breaking his own scale. I mean, since he's broken that, but 6 stars. It's just amazing, amazing match. So what'd you think? Because first, I'm gonna give it my own stars right here. See if I can get the. Is it gonna actually work? It's gonna not work. I had a little cool button. I thought it was gonna give us our own little stars here. Apparently, didn't want to work.
5? I would say 5 because it had every aspect that I like. I mean, are we going to 10? What are we doing? What's our rating scale?
You pick a rating scale.
All right, 1 to 10. I give it a solid 9.
I'm gonna be at 8.5, 9 as well. So that was the first match, Wrestle Kingdom 2011. So before we kind of wrap up, because I know it's been a little over an hour, I know we have a couple people here. You give our thoughts on this. What are some of your favorite moments from this match?
Mine?
Yes.
My favorite moments would be Kenny going through the table like a pool float.
Like a pool float.
I would say too many. There's just so many. I gotta take it in for a second.
So now that you see it, do you understand why maybe it got 6 stars and why the wrestling world was abuzz the next day after this match?
Yes. Again, it was basically nonstop. The only time it stopped was when there was going to be a count out.
Or when Okada was them were thrown outside and just destroyed. What'd you think of all of the rainmakers and attempts and all the reversals and them trying to get all of their finishers?
I enjoyed that. I think that it's cool to see that even the best can't not get caught up in their finishers. They might be able to kick out of them, but that just means they're going to continuously hit them. I think that that's kind of cool. Something that I can't say I had seen often. This style match is definitely something I don't think I've ever seen anything like it aside from Kenny versus Will. But even that didn't seem as like strong style as this seemed. It
Good
seemed
comparison.
more aerial versus the strong style.
It was a good hybrid. It was definitely a good hybrid match. And
Kenny is good for that though. That's what I think like, not to put the words in your mouth, but as like I've watched Kenny as I've gotten more into wrestling, at first I was like, I get why you like it, but I don't get why I like it yet. And the more I watch Kenny, the more I'm like, because he's so versatile, like, I'm the first to admit, Daniel Bryan's style, Bryan Danielson, like, that's just not my style of wrestling. Can you give me a Will Ospreay? Give me Orange Cassidy? Give me somebody that gives me a little more. And I guess Kenny Omega does do that more than I thought. It just depends on who he ends up in the ring with, who he can change his style to be more like.
name one bad match Kenny's had.
I can't, which is why I'm saying that, like, for instance, if he was going up against Bryan Danielson, I know that that's not a match I'm going to enjoy, but I will like it. But it's not one.
They had one of the best matches in Dynamite history.
Yes,
Example.
however, it's not Emily's cup of tea. Whereas, like, these kind of matches are more my cup of tea because it is more.
I don't know, because you popped hard for that match when it happened on TV.
Yeah, but I wasn't expecting to go into it liking it because I knew it was going to be more mat heavy. I'm not a mat heavy kind of person.
And I think that's what's great is because the way it runs, and I think, we'll see, because next week for you, we're going to be watching the second match from Dominion 2017, where there's going to be a little bit more stakes on it, because Kenny doesn't take this loss very well, so I'm not going to spoil why in the build-up. I'll give you that introduction next week, but join us next week. We'll do another live watch-along for Dominion 2017 as we get to part 2.
I love it.
As we get to part 2 of Inevitable, Okada and Kenny Omega, as we lead towards, as Jamal would say, y'all in. So thank you everyone who watched this match with us, and if you haven't seen it, definitely highly recommend this match. Go check it out. Watch these matches in order again. Let's get hyped for All In. Let's make this the best summer in wrestling, because right now it's looking to be one of the best summers in wrestling. Let's enjoy wrestling. So with that said, I hope everybody has a great Saturday night. Thank you so much for tuning in. We're going to go get some dinner and we're going to go enjoy the rest of our weekend. So happy Father's Day to everyone out there who father is with or not with us. And remember to always keep the kayfabe.
You